Hello everyone. This is a pedal review by Beardy Sounds. That's me. I haven't done one in a while, so apologies if this is a little bit rusty, but I decided before moving it on that I would review the Suhr Riot. A pretty outstanding gain pedal. Suhr's attempt at what they call the classic overdriven amp, distorting natural amp distortion type pedal. I am running it as usual, playing my white taily with Fender Custom Shop 51 Nocaster pickups into my Laney Lionheart LH5, which is kind of a Voxy EL84 feel amp, and we're going to go through the Riot, which is here. The Riot has your standard gain with distortion, level and tone controls, and it has a voicing switch, three-way, left, middle and right. I'll have it in the middle at the moment, which is the fattest sounding of the three, and then you get a different kind of crunch depending on the others. I will set everything at midway and playing it all through my one control looper, and you will hear it playing. This is the clean sound on my bridge pickup. It is quite quiet. Sorry, that's the neck pickup. Here's the bridge. And here's the Riot. It's got a lot of gain. It's a phenomenal pedal, and I'm just going to play through some of the settings. I will first off show you the voicing switch. We'll stay on the bridge pickup. We'll keep things set in the middle, and I'll flick from middle, left and right. So here we go. Here's the middle. Left. And right. I prefer the middle for its chunkiness, but on the right you get a little more scooped low mids, and on the left you get a little more of a balance. Let's play with the gain controls. We'll set it completely to 0, see where we're at. So you still get sound. Can be used as a little bit of a clean boost. No pedal. Pedal. And I'll start to bring in the gain. max the gain. I'll turn the tone up to compensate a little bit. This is probably going to get pretty loud with these single coil pickups. That gets pretty loud, pretty hectic. It has a lot of gain, as you can hear. It goes from completely clean through kind of boxy low gain. I'd still call it a distortion. I don't think it's quite got that overdrive character to it. Even down here in the kind of like 7-8 o'clock range, if I turn this back on the neck pickup, it has a lovely low gain sound. It's not the same as something like the Archer, like a dedicated overdrive. It's definitely more of a distortion. There's Lush. Very classic, very low gain, low noise at this point as well. All of those kind of... all of those sounds are in here, those classic sounds, especially in the fuller mid-range voicing. If you want more modern kind of metal tones, I find pushing these up. If your gain gets too high, it gets very smooth, very saturated, and it's lovely for lead. And as you can hear, you lose a bit of the definition, but you get some awesome feedback. But for those kind of bitier sounds, pushing the voicing to the right, the gain about midway and the tone up a little bit, even on a telly, not really meant for that metal thing, you get... I'm not much of a metal player, but that really aggressive edge on that right hand suits this pedal great. A couple of cool features that the Riot has. It has a buffered bypass or true bypass, is up to you. It uses a really nice soft click, which is pretty sturdy but doesn't clunk like some of the bigger switches that you have. Things like on my Hog up here, that big click. And it has... I'll have to pull the power out to show you this, so whoops it daisy. If I flip this round, you'll see on the top it has a selection of inputs. One of them is the power. There is a 3-position switch and a 3.5mm jack input. Now this isn't a headphone output like some people think. Let me just get this all plugged back in without bashing the camera. It is in fact a control switch input. Now this means that you can choose to power the Riot up in on, off or switch modes. Let's get this back in position, back in focus. There we go. Which means it's great for someone like me who uses a looper, where I can have it always turn on with, if I turn this off, it can be powered up on or off. Or you can have it set for it to be controlled by an external switcher, which means you could bury this, like I do, deep under my pedal board and have a converter cable with a 3.5mm jack at one end and a standard guitar plug 1/4 inch jack at the other, and a small tiny little 1-foot switch button somewhere which will turn your Riot on and off remotely. So your settings can be stored and you can do that. You can even use trigger outputs on things like the OC10 or on many other loopers to do that. It's like having an amp switch but for your pedal, which is a phenomenal thing, which means you can place this at any point in your signal chain. You can have your looper control it, and the great thing is when it's controlled by that switch, the pedal's foot switch still functions. So I've in the past had this controlled by a looper, so it turns on and off for certain patches, but visible so I can turn it on and off as and when I want. And that's a function that Suhr have on a lot of their drives. I know their Sigma Overdrive has it on there too, and it's a phenomenal feature. My camera cut me off. I'm going to play you guys out. Suhr is a great pedal. I'll probably come back to it in years to come because it's just a really versatile, wonderfully made bit of kit. I'm going to play you out with a little bit of delay from the Eventide time factor. It's just me noodling. You can tone out now if you want, but I'll be twiddling with the knobs on the Riot and just having a play. Thanks for tuning in, guys. More pedal reviews coming, but thank you for staying in touch. Thank you for sharing. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Beardy Sounds out. Beardy Sound. Can't even say my own channel name.